A.N.T.
We all we got.
So, what's up, everybody? We are back. We have brought my mom into the video. This is my beautiful mom, right? So me and Dave, we was just talking about fatherhood and what the energy is around Father's Day, specifically here in Milwaukee. What are some tips or some things that you would give to fathers, or I would say even mothers on Mother's Day? I mean on Father's Day, because and we both kind of agree with this. Like, the energy in the air is negative from women on Father's Day. What would you say to the women out there to help them, help celebrate this day? But we also talked about that this day shouldn't only be for this day; it should be throughout the year. Yeah.
Well, what I would say as far as the energy is concerned, the same appreciation that you want for being a father, for being a mother, you should want that same appreciation for the father.
Right.
Because without the father, you're not a mother. And without the mother, you're not a father. And if everybody look at their equal roles, instead of one's more important than the other, because it's not, then you can get a better energy.
Cool. That's great. And I would say, thinking about our situation and like with my dad. Anyway, in all seriousness, and I guess that was more tough for me with our situation that recently just happened. But what would you say to mothers who are in situations where they are playing the father role? Like, what do you think
There's no such thing as playing the father role. You're not a father. I don't care what you're doing. You just have more of a burden, if that's what you want to call it. I don't consider kids burden, but you have more things to do. You have more responsibilities than you would. You don't have anybody to split it with. It does not make you a mother. It does not make you a father. I don't care what you do. You're not a father. So take that out your head, and you won't be so upset.
Right.
You're just a mother that has to do more. You don't have anybody to split the responsibilities with. You are not a father. You cannot be a father. There's nothing you can do that would make you a father.
Right.
You're a mommy, and that's what you are.
Most recently, I've been really focusing on, and because of my situation right now, really been focusing on like co-parenting. And me and Najea's mother, we've been doing really good in that area. Me and CJ and Travis' mother, not so well. What is some good advice you can give to some mothers about when Father's Day coming out? Because I think everything we do we should be thinking about our children, right? So, what is some good advice you can give to the kids or to the mothers that have the kids that the fathers are not around? What can they say to their children, or what can they do? If they can't say anything, what are some things they can do to still have their kids kind of understand that, their fathers are their fathers?
It depends on what kind of mommy it is.
Okay.
Now, the normal mother that's not still hung up on the father always lets the father, let the kid know that, your father loves you, we're just not together. It has nothing to do with you. And that's what a lot of parents don't realize. That kid is thinking, I did something that made them split up. And if you stop worrying about yourself and worry about that child, it'll be easy. Like in our case, you guys didn't know what your father was like, correct? Until the day Marky turned 18.
Yeah.
Because that's not that kid's burden to bear.
Right.
You're supposed to make that situation better for the child. It's in the best interest of the child. And if every parent keeps that in mind, it'll be easy to co-parent. Stop worrying about, he did this to me, he did that to me. Okay, my thing, which I used to tell you all the time, boyfriend, husband is totally different than father. I tell people, see how they sound different?
Yeah.
Just because he wasn't a good husband does not make him a bad father. Just because he wasn't a good boyfriend does not make him a bad father. Stop putting off what you're upset about that he did with you, and let that man be with his kids. So if you keep that in mind, it'll be easy to co-parent.
Okay. Yeah, I see why I'm a good dad, right? Yeah. So but I think that it's very difficult for fathers, whether they're good fathers
Or bad.
or fathers that, I wouldn't say bad, I would say fathers that need improvement. Because I think that, you know, we as a community, especially African Americans, like, we should want what's best for our children. And, you know, I'm not even just talking about my children, I'm talking about kids, period. You know, I work with kids all day, and I see the effects of the fatherless child.
Nearly 40% of all children in the United States are born out of wedlock.
More than 70% of all African American children are born out of wedlock. One out of 3 children in America live in homes without their biological fathers. This means 24 million kids are growing up in homes without their dads.
Children who grow up in fatherless homes are 5 times as likely to be poor.
Fatherless boys and girls are 2 times as likely to drop out of high school, 2 times as likely to end up in jail, and 4 times as likely to have emotional and behavioral problems.
71% of pregnant teenagers grow up without a father.
71% of all high school dropouts come from fatherless homes.
70% of juveniles in state reform institutions grew up in single-parent homes or without parents.
Children who grew up in fatherless homes are twice as likely to abuse alcohol or illegal drugs.
63% of youth suicides are from fatherless homes.
Things that a woman just cannot do for a kid, no matter how hard she tries. So I think that as a community, we need to uplift one another and hold each other accountable. I would never sit here and say every father in Milwaukee is good. You know what I mean? So, but I think that too often we look at the negative and we shine light on the negative more than we shine light on the positive situations. And I think that if we can shine a light on the positive and then use that positive to uplift the fathers that aren't around and hold them accountable. But when you hold them accountable, we're not holding them accountable by calling them a deadbeat.
Right.
We should be holding them accountable by saying, hey, bro, let's go out.
I don't think there's such thing as a deadbeat. I used to. I think there's a such thing as that particular person hasn't grown up yet. They haven't. Look at it this way. If they didn't have a father, how do they learn to be a father?
Exactly.
And then with you, as good as you turned out, the majority of that didn't have a dang thing to do with me.
No.
It had to do with Randall Thompson coming into your guys' lives at a critical age.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And started teaching you what it was to be a man, what it was to be a father, how to treat a woman, what to do. That's not something I can teach you. I don't even know what it is to be a man.
Yeah.
And then they think that only boys need their fathers. Girls do too. It teaches her what to, expect, what to not to accept, how to be treated. And if the way you treat your daughter is good, she'll end up with a good man.
Yeah.
The way you treat your daughter is bad, she'll end up with a bad man. So every parent that's upset about these messed up men their daughters have, it's your fault.
Yeah.
You know, that girls need their fathers, I think, a little bit more than dad, than boys need their father. Because that's the first man she falls in love with.
Yeah.
And that's the man that teaches her how to be treated.
Yeah. I think that, and you bringing up Pops. Pops is Rand, by the way. That's what we call him, Pops. He was a big part, a huge part in my life and all my brothers' lives as well. But and it's funny that I have like the majority women around me, and I have the majority of girls. And Pops had just Classy.
Right.
Classy, if you watching this video, hey, I love you. Yeah. So if he wouldn't have been around, I wouldn't have had that. You know what I mean? But and I know telling like what type of father I would have been to my girls. Yeah, so yeah. But thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate you. You know I love you.
I love you.
And yeah, that'll be it.
Okay.